There are two career paths for the engineering graduates. One, they can go for job, and the other opportunity is they can go for higher studies. So here we'll discuss both, and particularly we'll give importance on the importance of GATE examination for both these possibilities. So we'll start with the job opportunities. So under the jobs, we have four sectors. One is the central government jobs, state government job, PSU, that is the public sector undertaking, and the private jobs. The central government jobs, we have some research organizations like ISRO, DRDO. So these will be keeping their examination, and these are meant for research purposes. Then we have boards. So this is the major attraction for the engineering candidates. Since we have more vacancies in this, we have more than 30,000 vacancies under this. So you see some examples of boards I have given. So these boards, under each boards we have a set of factories. For example, OFB, that is Ordnance Factory Board, this has 41 factories under it. And whenever they keep the examination, they don't keep it for one factory in particular. Rather, they are keeping it totally for all the 41 factories. So this is why we have huge vacancy under the boards. So from where we can collect all this information is we can refer the employment newspaper, which is a weekly publication that costs just 12 rupees. Or you can go through the employment news website. So I suggest you to start getting this newspaper right from now before you even go for applying this job next year. Because now if you start, you'll have a right idea about what are the job opportunities that you have, and you can make a strategy based on that. Next is the state government, and we have Public Service Commission under this. Now, for example, Tamil Nadu, we have Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, TNPSC. Other states have their own Public Service Commission. Now, together, if you see throughout the country, we have all the Public Service Commission together. We'll get around 30 to 40,000 vacancies in that. Only if we take a particular state, then we'll hardly get 3,000 vacancies. So the problem is most of the candidates, they just prefer their own state. But if you just don't restrict yourself to a particular state, then there is no such restriction from the government. You can go to other state and appear for the examination there. So totally, overall, more than 30,000 vacancy for all states. Then also we have PWD, that is the Public Works Department, and like Water Board, Electricity Board, even there also huge vacancies we get every year. So this is the state government. Then talking about the PSU, and this is the major attraction for the GATE candidates, those who are appearing for the GATE examination, because the specialty here is you get direct recruitment here, direct recruitment, and this happens if you get a GATE score of 60 plus out of 100, then you can get a chance in the PSU. And totally there are 220 plus PSU in our country, out of which 100 plus, the major PSU, they directly recruit the candidates from the GATE score. Then you can see the PSU, which is broadly classified into Maharatna, Navaratna and Mini Ratna, and these are based on priorities. And the major PSU, it comes under the Maharatna, followed by Navaratna and Mini Ratna. Also you can see some marks mentioned here, like ONGC 721 out of 1000, BHEL and other companies, that is out of 100. So the difference between both is when we calculate it out of 1000, then it's called as the GATE score, and out of 100, this is called the GATE marks. GATE marks. So the difference between both is GATE examination is written for 100 marks. There will be 65 questions, out of which there will be some multiple choice and there will be some fill-up type. So whatever you score out of 100, that is your GATE marks. And when we convert this out of 1000, that is called as the GATE score, and this is actually the normalized mark depending on the performance of the student that particular year. So this is about PSU. Some company, they prefer the GATE score and some do prefer the GATE marks. And one more thing I would like to add here is that the package that you will get here is from 6 lakhs to 12 lakhs per annum. So this is the reason why most of the students, they prefer the GATE examination for the PSUs. Private sector, and even here we have huge vacancy. Those candidates who are not able to qualify for the central government, state government or PSU, the only option they have is the private sector. Though the vacancies are more here, at the same time the competition is also very high here, because here sometimes for a single post there may be a ratio of competition 1:50, 1:100. Sometimes you are lucky, it may be 1:10 if you are lucky. Then is the competitive nature here. So let me say you that for the private sector, what is the recruitment procedure? First, they'll be keeping a screening, and the second, if you qualify for that, they'll keep an interview, and some company they also prefer the group discussion. So for both the screening and interview, you should have very good basics, what you studied in your first year or second year. So there is a problem that since you have studied all these things years back, so you may have forgotten some of your basics, or secondary, you may not have studied the basics properly. So before you go for interview, at least you should be refreshing all these concepts at least once. So this refreshment can be done in the form of GATE preparation in the final year of your engineering. So when you do GATE preparation, let me say you, here you can see the pie chart which shows that the questions asked in the screening and interview, and these questions and the preparation that you will do for the GATE examination, 75% of the questions that is asked in the screening and interview, it gets covered if you do the GATE preparation properly. And even for the government sector jobs or any competitive examination, if you take 75% approximately the syllabus, it matches with the GATE examination syllabus. So here also 25% preparation is remaining. So for this, there should be a strategy. Let me say you that before any entrance examination, you will have 3 months time. They'll be giving the notification before 3 months. So this 3 months you can utilize for preparing the remaining 25%. So the 25% any for either the government sector or for the private sector, this preparation can be done. But the 75% preparation that has to be done in the 4th year of your engineering in the form of GATE preparation. So this is mandatory so that you can have a greater chance. Next, we'll see the higher studies. And for higher studies, you have the option of doing ME or MTech. Direct PhD option is also there. Higher studies in abroad in countries like Singapore, Germany, they also prefer the GATE score. So for ME or MTech, when you do that, you should have a GATE score of 50 to 60 marks in that range, so that you can get into IIT. IIT, you should have 55 plus marks. IISc Bangalore, 60 marks. NIT and other university, they take for 50 marks also. NITI Mumbai, so this is a very important one. This is particularly important for the mechanical students. They also have some programs, some postgraduate diploma there. And for that, they take based on the GATE score, 550 plus if you get for the OBC category. For the other categories, it changes. So this is just some information about that. If you do ME or MTech, you will get a stipend from the government, 12,400 per month. So this is a very big financial support that the government is providing. Direct PhD option is there, and for direct PhD, you should have 60 plus score, and you'll get a monthly stipend of 25,000. So many who are aspiring to do PhD, they can also try this. So the GATE score approximately you should keep more than 50 marks so that you can get into IITs and some other universities. So there's a huge scope for those who qualify for the GATE examination.